So I just finished reading the biography of Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson, and I found it very fascinating, both from a historical perspective and a creative perspective. The cliché we all hear is that Leonardo was a genius, and while this may be true, his ideas and work didn't just come out of thin air. They were the result of all the events of his life, and were directly related to the way that he chose to lead it. I found many gold nuggets of wisdom in this book that can be applied to our modern life, so here are my top 3 lessons from Leonardo da Vinci.
I've been reading this book on Leonardo da Vinci.
Number 1. The importance of collaboration with others. Leonardo took advantage of his network of other great minds by collaborating and exchanging ideas. Those who knew him described him as radiant, graceful, and a gifted storyteller. Leonardo's mere presence could comfort the most troubled of souls. The Sforza court in Milan was home to brilliant minds from all fields. Leonardo used his social skills to make connections and create opportunities. In today's business jargon, this would be known as networking. For example, at one point Leonardo wanted to learn some more math skills, which he felt weren't so developed for him. Luckily, he was close to the mathematician Luca Pacioli, who helped him improve his arithmetic. Leonardo was also a very passionate collaborator. He provided the illustrations for Pacioli's mathematics book, On Divine Proportion. They were the only drawings of his to be published during his lifetime. As well as mathematicians, Leonardo loved spending time with architects. They often found themselves discussing Vitruvius, the Roman military engineer from the 1st century BC, who wrote a very famous treatise on architecture. Vitruvius thought buildings should follow the principles of the human body. So a temple should be designed with a central point that is equidistant to its front, back and sides, just as the human navel is equidistant from the top of the head and the tips of the outstretched hands and feet. This was an idea that interested Leonardo a lot. He was becoming increasingly obsessed with the proportions of human anatomy and the analogies to it that could be found in nature. These discussions led directly to the creation of Leonardo's most famous drawing, Vitruvian Man, which depicts a man set proportionally in the middle of both a circle and a square.
Which I modeled after Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man.
Number 2. Art versus science. Why not both? Leonardo truly believed that art and science are not two separate things, but two interconnected concepts. Here is a quote from Leonardo. "Study the science of art, study the art of science. Develop your senses, especially learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else." Perhaps the reason Leonardo was thought of as a genius was because he intertwined art and science so often through his countless inventions, paintings, sketches, and other projects. For example, when Leonardo was under the wing of Cesare Borgia, he created for him many new bridge and fortress designs that were effective from a practical standpoint but also artistically designed. Leonardo also drew some very detailed color maps for Cesare Borgia, representing terrain and depicting houses and towns with pinpoint accuracy, helping Borgia in his military conquests.
How shall we conquer and rule?
And number 3. Intense curiosity. Leonardo was dedicated to understanding and unraveling the mysteries of the world around him. He was driven by a deep curiosity for all things, ranging from how a dragonfly uses its wings to how lightning and thunder are formed. Da Vinci always asked the most difficult questions and let the answers inspire him for new creations, ideas, and inventions. He used his studies of optics and perception to craft his most famous painting, the Mona Lisa, who seems to express different emotions based on how and what angle you look at the frame. His constant curiosity in all fields of architecture, anatomy, engineering, fluid dynamics, and many, many more helped to progress these disciplines and open the way for new discoveries in the future. Leonardo was not a superhuman, but he had an intense curiosity for everything around him. I think we can all benefit from a bit more focused curiosity in our daily lives. Thank you for watching this week's video. Please like and subscribe for more, and remember, if you don't know what time it is, it's time to improve. See you next time.